A very, very warm welcome to yet another Kumekucha video. Information and analysis that is very difficult to find anywhere else. I recommend that you subscribe and you hit the bell button so that you receive notifications every time I have a new video. Karibu sana and enjoy.
Had nothing, but we loved each other. We lived in a single room. Ilikuwa inatucost 1500 na kuna wakati tulikuwa hata na shida ya kulipa hiyo nyumba ya 1500. So at least my husband alikuwa na make good enough money ambapo tuliweza kutoka hata ile bed sitter tukaenda 2 bedroom. Nilikuwa nahitaji msichana wa kazi ya 7500 hapa Kayole tu. Katumiwa namba 2 za simu. Nikaambiwa huyu ni yule wanga na bwana yako Mary. I took the phone and I was like, I'm sorry. Sikuwa najua unapatianga bwana yangu orders. Because my husband was telling me, unakula juu ya huyo mama. But when I spoke to my friends, wakaniambia, unawezaje shiko ambiwa na mpango wa kando wa bwana yako, uende ummeet Nakuru, na ni place ijulikane. What if ukienda hapo like you're shot dead ama mwagiliwe acid? So I never went to meet her. Joseph Kori Karue was my husband. Na muita bwana yangu juu amenitolea mahari. Na hatuwezi change that. Hata kama alini betray, he's my husband. He has never laid a hand on me. And hii kesi venye inaendelea, I don't understand how he's mixed up in the middle of that. He loves too hard. That is his downfall.
That was of course the first wife of Bwana Kori, Joseph Kori Karue. And her name is Grace Wanjiku Kariuki. And does she have a story to tell, or what? She talks about their humble beginnings together in Nakuru. And then she also reveals the weakness of her husband, her former husband, Bwana Kori. She says, and I quote, he loves too hard. That's his downfall. Now, that is a strange thing for a woman to say. It is strange because isn't that what women want? A man who loves you too hard? A man who loves you so much, that is confused. Isn't that the dream of every woman? Yet Kori's first wife says that is his downfall. That was his downfall. And you have to believe somebody's first wife. Because your first wife, the one you struggled with, the one you started out life with, I believe there's nobody, maybe apart from your own mother, who should know you better than your first wife. I believe what grace means is that when you love too hard, it's easy for you to be manipulated. You stop thinking and behaving like a man. And of course, if you're a rich man, your many enemies can take advantage of that weakness of yours to finish you. That, my friends, is the harsh reality of this life. Dunia haina huruma. The world does not take pity on anybody. Now, this Kori case is getting very fascinating. There's a saying amongst Kenyans, and indeed amongst many Kiswahili speakers, that goes as follows. Malipo ni hapa hapa. Malipo ni hapa hapa duniani. I believe the most accurate direct translation into English is karma is a bitch. Sample the following. Grace Wanjiku, the first wife of Kori, talks about their life together. And they were happy. They started with nothing, but they were happy. And they were living in Nakuru. And then, according to Grace Wanjiku, this timber business started bringing in some serious money. And shortly after that, she was given 2 numbers, and she called a lady called Mary Kamangara. And she quickly discovered that this Mary Kamangara was mpango wa kando of her husband, husband's mistress. And naturally, she got very angry. And she called this woman and they exchanged insults. But when her husband found out what had happened, he was very harsh on his wife. He forced her to apologize. So she called this mpango wa kando and apologized. According to the husband, this woman was very important in their lives because she was the one who was giving them the lucrative timber contracts. But even after apologizing, Grace very quickly discovered that this Kamangara woman, it's not only contracts that she was giving to her husband. The woman was giving her husband other things. I think let me just leave it at that. And Mary Kamangara was very arrogant. She called her and challenged her, that they should meet the three of them so that the husband decides whom he loves more. At that time, of course, the couple had moved to Nairobi, the Kayole area. That is Grace and her husband. And this Kamangara woman was operating from Nakuru. So she challenged Grace to come to Nakuru. They sort out this thing once and for all. And discover who is loved more. Now. Karma is a bitch. Because that is exactly and precisely what happened to Mary Kamangara. Later, years later. And this time Kamangara was the wife. And she was faced by the other woman, Wangui, who was very arrogant towards her. And this Wangui woman invited Mary Kamangara into her house which was full of photographs, of Kamangara's husband, And that was the last time Mary Kamangara was seen alive. I believe there's a very clear lesson here for us to learn, especially those women who are very aggressive, towards the wives of their sponsors, of the married men they're moving around with. And the lesson is simple. You do it to another woman, tomorrow it will be done to you. And maybe in your case, it will be a lot worse. Because Mary Kamangara ended up losing her life. Gosh. And there's also a lesson for men. Men, love your wives, but don't love too hard. If you love a woman too hard, utajua haujui. Now, what I want us to do next is to take a closer look at this alleged timber business that was going on in Nakuru. This timber business where Mary Kamangara was supplying lucrative contracts, and contracts which were so lucrative that Kori told his wife, be careful, apologize to that woman. Hapo ndo nakulia. In other words, that is the woman who feeds them. She provides the contracts which bring in money, which the wife enjoys. And we'll go into that immediately after the brief upcoming commercial break. Don't even think of going away. Now, according to me, the pieces in this jigsaw puzzle are beginning to slowly fall into place. What is emerging is a clear picture, a story of the background behind this story that has captivated Kenyans. The story of a wife, a mpango wa kando, and a rich husband. And it is not difficult to guess why this has captivated Kenyans so much. The reason is that this is the story of so many long-suffering Kenyan wives. Anyway, according to Grace Wanjiku, Kori told her that Mary Kamangara was responsible for the lucrative timber contracts. Now, what we know so far is that Mary came from a very humble beginning. There was no way she would have been in charge of giving timber contracts anyway. We also know that at the time she met Karue, she already had a child whom she had to support. And a single mother always has to be very serious. That the child will sleep hungry. And if she can't get a job, and she can't do business, then most women end up doing something else. That is shameful, and indeed also the oldest profession on earth, in order to support the child. Multiple sources have insisted that this is the kind of life Mary Kamangara used to live when she met Kori. And so, The only way she would have supported Kori's timber business is by being involved in some racket, some illegal racket, linked to that timber business, which again is what multiple sources have assured me. And it is suspected that this is the seed money, that led to the Kori fortune. The Kori fortune that attracted other women, like Wangui, and caused history to repeat itself. You snatched away somebody's husband, and now somebody else comes and snatches away that husband you snatched from somebody else. And the arrogance you displayed towards the poor wife of the man is repeated, and this time you're on the receiving end. Malipo ni hapa hapa. Now, if this scenario we have built is correct, and I'm persuaded that it's accurate, then it introduces another deadly factor into this love triangle business. And it is this. Bwana Kori was very easily able to dump his first wife, Grace Wanjiku. And he was able to because clearly she did not understand a lot of secrets linked to his timber business. He could easily walk away with another woman without fearing that his first wife would reveal secrets about him, dark secrets about him, and what he was doing to make money, because all the wife knew is that he had a timber business and that there was some woman who was giving him timber contracts, period. She didn't know any more than that. However, in the case of Mary Kamangara, things were very different. Mary Kamangara appears to have been bang in the middle of Kori's timber business dealings. In other words, she knew too much, way too much. And that is precisely how a woman can find herself in a very dangerous situation. In a situation where she becomes a target. In a situation where her life is in grave danger because of what she knows. Kamangara is the woman whom Kori built up his fortune with, which means she knew too much. She knew everything. And so when her husband, Bwana Kori, found another woman he could love very hard, because we're told he loves very hard. In my view, the day that happened, Mary Kamangara's life suddenly changed, and her life was in danger. Because obviously, Kamangara was not the kind of woman, a man lives, and is able to sleep well at night, considering what she knows. And it's a well-known fact that women will hardly resist, the chance to revenge, on somebody who hurt their feelings, or on somebody who did something to them they didn't like. It is the nature of women. That is how women are wired. Until next time, this is Kshs. Kumekucha.